I would just like you to ask permission to take photographs because are you going? Morning.
I'm here to talk about the upcoming election that's just around the corner. It's already June 11th. It's the local government election as we know it, but here they call it county council election. And I don't know if we all know that we foreigners, ethnic minority, have been given the right to vote on that election. And the good thing about the voting is, the right is that it has not been given to those who has got documents alone. It has been given to everybody. Be you asylum seeker, be you a migrant worker, be you resident, having a resident permit here. It doesn't really matter. As far as you are resident, you are registered here, you live here, the government knows you are here, and you have spent 6 months here from September 2003. That's the date is down, because if you are here before 2003, September 2003, you're automatically in it, you can register. But if you came in September 2003 and you think you've spent 6 months today, you have the right to register and vote. But the problem about the right is, we ethnic minority, why do we have to vote? We don't care, we don't even need it. We don't like what the government is doing. We don't like what the politicians are doing. Like when you turn on the radio or the television these days, all you hear about is the citizenship referendum, the ethnic minority, a lot of things, and we might not really like it. The attention be focused on us. So at the end of the day, what we think is, we don't care, we don't want to vote. But that is wrong. Because the mere fact that the issue, the attention is on us, is the more reason why we have to vote. Because when politicians are angry over something, maybe they are angry because they want to get some votes. Because one vote can change who wins an election. For example, if 2 Irish people were contesting and they needed 2 votes, one needed 2 votes to win, and the vote was just between the Irish people. Now 2 ethnic minority has been called in to vote, and these 2 ethnic minority people, you and I, now vote for one person. That person wins the election. So it is very important, if we vote, we shouldn't say what difference would it make. It makes a lot of difference. And when that person wins, you have the right to go to that person and ask the person, well, I voted for you to win, and now I need some things, some help from you. For example, if we have got children, we know that our children, they go to play schools here. And play schools are so expensive, and they're not even there. You might put in your child to go to play school for a year or 2, and you won't get a chance. You can, lobby to get the politician you voted for to try and get a play school close to where you live. And again, bring down the price of, going to play school. They have the power to do this. Or you can, if you don't want to trade, maybe you say, I don't like trading, but you might have a brother or a sister who knows how to trade, and who, if he had gotten the opportunity, like having a shop, would have loved to trade. And you can go to meet that person that you voted for and ask for the opportunity to trade. And the way to do it is that, you see, most of the shops you see here at Tesco, Don's, they are big shops. But I tell you, at the same time, we can be looking at smaller shops for people, affordable shops that they can pay. It's everywhere. It's in all over the world. You have it. You don't just have big store. The economy, there is macroeconomy and microeconomy, the big and the small economy. And they can do that. If they know that if they do that to you, it will make you happy, they will do it. They can build shops around here and ask people to come in and pay little money at the end of the month, not like the one you pay for Tesco shops. If we have that, you find out that a lot of people will want to trade. But if we don't vote, these people will never sit down thinking about how to make us happy by building shops and giving them to us to trade. Because they don't think, they ask us to vote and we are not voting. They got in there not with our power. They got in there with other people's power. They have to take care of those people first before coming to us. So that's another point. Then the housing issue. You might not have a house now, but tomorrow your situation might change. And they might say, okay, you need to get a house. And they give you a house and you don't like it. Or they don't give you a house. You have a house problem. You need to solve it. If you live in a place and you voted and you don't have a house and you know that you have the right to go to get the house, you can go to your councillor or to anybody you voted for and ask the person, I live here, I've got a house problem, I have got the right to get a house, I know there's a house and they are not giving it to me. So what can you do for me? The person knows that sooner or later he or she is going to come back for vote. So he's going to try to do everything to make sure, since it's your right, you are not trying to steal it. You have every right to get it, but they are not giving it to you. He's going to have to want to do anything to please you by making sure the house that is your right to get, you get it, and in the right place. All these things they will only do if they know that, if they check the voters register and they see that we are registered. If we are not registered, if they see that 10% of the ethnic minority are not registered, oh, they are not afraid because we can't influence anything. There's power in unity. And what we're saying is, let us use our power. Let us have a voice. We have been given opportunity. Let us not put the opportunity aside. And let us not be indifferent to the election, because it's a political suicide. We'll be damaging ourselves the more if we don't take the opportunity that has been given to us to vote. So a lot of reasons I can't, state here that within your mind. You want a reference now, and you have a counselor that knows you, that you can go to, a reference for anything. The person might not be, even the document we're talking about, the person might not be in a position to give it to you, but the person might be in a position to report, to take your matter to the upper authority. There they will help you because somebody from the local government, the grassroots, is asking them to do it because they know you can help them tomorrow. So we have a lot to gain. And sooner or later, things might be like it is in London. Because you want to buy a house or any important thing in London and other big countries, they will take your information. What they are going to do to make sure you actually, the person you say you are, is they check the voters register to see if you have your name there. If your name and address is there, they are sure you actually live and reside in where you say you reside in. So a lot of things, a lot of gains that you can get by registering and voting. I went to jail, came up, he gathered the people around them, and he told them our only salvation. Martin Luther was a preacher. He was somebody that was well learned in the church, history. But at the end of the day, he came up and was going to jail. And he told the people that for us to get salvation in this country, we have to vote. If we don't vote, nobody will ever recognize us. Now everybody can go to America and say, and somebody can contest for anything. It is because one day somebody told them to register because in the future it's going to be something important to them, and they agreed and thought it was right, and today they are enjoying the fruit of what that person said. So let us not say, maybe let us just listen to him and take the form from him. When I leave here, I just dump it at home. No. Because if 20 of us here registered, and 20 of us here registered in the other place, at the end of the day, you're going to get about 10,000 ethnic minority. Asia, Africa, different places, you're going to get them registered and voting. And that one is going to influence what happens to them in this country. So please, let us try and register. And not just register, participate in the voting process. So because we know that the time is short, what we have done is that we brought the forms in case you have not registered. So we give it to you so that you can quickly fill it, and when you leave